Quand j'ai été invitée à présenter une exposition ici d'artistes autochtones collectifs à DRAC, pour moi, il y avait deux trucs importants à considérer. Sur quel territoire DRAC est situé. Donc ici, on est en territoire abénaki. Donc pour moi, je voulais vraiment présenter ça d'une façon ou d'une autre dans l'exposition. Et donc, à partir de ce point de départ-là, j'ai invité 3 artistes qui travaillent les questions de nature, de territoire, les relations, interconnexions entre leur identité autochtone, mais aussi quels sont les liens qui sont présents dans leur travail en lien avec les animaux, en lien avec donc les territoires et le changement de saison, parce que cette exposition-là a lieu vraiment juste avant l'équinoxe d'hiver. Donc, on est comme dans un changement entre l'automne et l'hiver. J'ai invité l'artiste aînée abénaquise Christine Sioui Wawanoloath à présenter 6 œuvres, en fait, qui ont été réalisées cette année, donc en 2022. Christine est une artiste qui vient de ce territoire-ci, donc c'était vraiment important pour moi d'inclure quelqu'un, une artiste autochtone qui a grandi sur le territoire et qui connaît beaucoup aussi les liens et les histoires spiritualité autochtone en lien avec la rivière Saint-François, les changements de saison ici et tout ça. Donc, Christine présente vraiment des œuvres avec différents matériaux. Donc, on a des dessins sur toile, comme ici avec Loup de nuit. On a aussi différentes installations avec du papier craft recyclé. Donc, c'est une artiste qui travaille avec différents matériaux. Et moi, je trouvais ça vraiment intéressant de présenter une belle rétrospective de sa pratique multidisciplinaire. Les œuvres de Christine vraiment touchent aussi beaucoup l'amour, la spiritualité abénakise. Donc, elle présente beaucoup d'œuvres qui parlent des relations, des interconnexions entre le territoire, la nature et les humains. Et puis, donc, c'est très poétique, ces œuvres. Et moi, j'ai trouvé ça important de représenter ça dans cette exposition-là.
So the piece behind me is 𝒕𝒓𝒂𝒗𝒆𝒓, which is whale tail. And this is a motif that's really, it's a part of our culture. It's often a part of souvenirs, or you see them in jewelry. It's something that's very familiar. The whale tail itself is made with me using my index finger and creating fingerprints in a pattern. And I wanted to take that motif and to kind of expand upon it, blow up the scale, and to think about collages as part of the whale tail motif, sort of existing, opening up this space in which other spaces could form. And a lot of the spaces that are forming, I think, in the circular motifs are kaleidoscopic spaces that are informed by my own material practice with sealskin and with beadwork, but also a collage-based space. So I'm using archival photographs from Labrador, from 𝒖𝒓𝒎𝒏𝒕𝒆𝒏𝒅𝒂𝒖𝒓𝒏. I'm using images of Inuit along the coast, and I'm merging them with my own photographs of the land of that region, with other materials and prints to create these sort of layered narratives that really speak about my connection to the land, to the people, to that history, but also opens up this other space that's more dreamlike, that's full of mystery, but of a deep sense of love and pride for the people, the land, and the animals. So I think 𝒕𝒓𝒂𝒃 really kind of embraces all of this, and it is very much a celebration of my material practice and my connection to the homeland of 𝒖𝒓𝒎𝒏𝒕𝒆𝒏.
The inspiration usually comes from social or political, something that happens in our world. It will be something that will be in the back of my mind either for years that I want to attempt, or something happens and I'm just compelled to address it through a piece of art or through quilt making or woodwork. The one that I have back here, that was born out of what happened in May of 2021. We all know the stories that's been surfacing about the residential schools, about the children that are in unmarked graves. For years, like everyone else has been following, especially when the commission was brought forward, and I was following it closely, seeing where it was going to go, because our voices have always been dismissed, always. When it came to this subject, it was a subject that the governments did not want to touch. It was something that the public really knew about, but I don't really want to know about it. I don't want to hear it. In May of 2021, the country could not ignore it anymore because now mass graves of children were being found. And you could no longer say, well, it's not true. I didn't know how to bring this issue forward other than through a quilt. The first thing that came to me was, well, who was watching them? Who was taking care of them? And it just kept coming over and over and over. The only ones that were taking care of them and who still are is our natural world. They've been held in the arms of the natural world since they got put into that ground. And that's why I chose the word was holding you tight until you are found. Because holding them tight in their arms has been the earth, has been our natural world that's been around them, has been the animals that have looked upon them, to the grasses, to the four seasons, and everything that comes with the four seasons. That's who's been holding and taking care of them. One of the vision that I had was, once the quilts were up, I wanted a visual in between the quilts. But when I sat with my son, I told him, I said, I want this to show that the natural world has been with them. And I want it to just be a calm. I want it to be just a calming environment. I wanted the four seasons in there. I wanted the animals in there. And I wanted just landscape that was barren, because that's where our children are.
We start talking about the colors that we want, not just images, but there almost to be these colors surrounding them, because there was almost like this connecting space, but it was also this ethereal space, because we had these things where you have the schools, which are physical and structures, and then more of a solid, more of an idea, more of this grand cosmic idea of just nature, and then the images needed to connect them. And the way I was looking at it was more like a band, where I was just bringing a piece to complement her pieces and to help bridge them together.
Quand on rentre ici, dans l'exposition, je veux vraiment que les gens sentent qu'il y a un souffle chaud, en fait, comme dans le titre de l'exposition. Les gens sentent qu'on est enveloppé d'amour et que le territoire est avec nous, que les animaux, que la nature nous suivent, puis qu'on s'enveloppe dans leur imaginaire, en fait.